And we're hot. Here we are. I've got a DHL supply box here to unbox. Just got in the mail, and I've pretty obvious what actually happened. The tracking number kind of got buggered on here, so it looks like it wasn't able to be scanned easily. So that's probably why it's a little bit late. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Kind of a short day at work. It was a weird day because we had some technical difficulties, but other than that, home relaxing this afternoon, just waiting for the mailman to get here. So he's gotten here, and now we're live. Hey, Ken. Merry Christmas. Time to do a little cleanup while we're waiting for people to show up here. So we'll do the unboxing here in just a minute. Who knows whether people are going to show up today or not. A couple more little tidbits on this this 268. I know it says 61, but really is a 268. I call this the Ratty Teddy 268. Anybody that is interested in this, let me know. Just basically been rebuilt. The only thing I didn't do on it was put new bearings in it, mainly because the bearings were perfect. Super smooth, perfect. It's got new seals, gaskets, fuel line, a lot of new goodies on here. This was a 61 case, but it's got the 268 open port head. Put a new ring on the piston. It's an OEM piston, still have the machine marks. Fix up the clutch cover, the brake, everything works. So I think $300 shipped is reasonable. So if anybody is interested, let me know. Hey, Vince. Where's Star Wars? Oh, dear. Thanks, James. You didn't like it, huh? I haven't seen it yet, so. You know, everybody seems to think they can recreate lightning in a bottle, you know. Six people here. Who else is here? So yeah, if anybody is interested, they can shoot me an email. I think $300 shipped will make a really killer firewood saw. The new one is too diverse. Okay. I gotta imagine that they try to please everybody, and it's really hard to do that, you know. They have a real tall order. I mean, Star Wars has really created themselves too tall of an order. You know. Bah humbug. Yeah. It's hard to recreate something that's just amazing. You know, it's freshly amazing. Right. Do you appease the base, or do you appease more people and actually make money? I don't know. I'm Hey, Eric. Welcome. All right. So let's put this down and just open that box. Because I want to get into it and see what we got. I buy too many goodies. You guys know that. Oh yeah, these rubber thingies. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder. Yeah, it's this rubber thing right here, and often these are missing or buggered or whatever. Bad kill switch. Really? Hey, Tom. Outer dogs for the 272, but these are only 3 spike as opposed to the 4 spike dogs. So don't know if they'll fit, but these go in the box. In the box of goodies. Shorting leads, also in the box of goodies. Runs perfect without it. Oh man. Yeah, these are just chain catchers. The plastic chain catchers. So I was pretty close with the coil, Larry. Sort of. Goodies there. This is the stuff right here. Close for no cigar. Alright, here we go. Bellows. It's these things that just, this type of thing that always kind of wrecks a build because, well, it's just like one of those things that you end up waiting around for and it really completes the build, you know? Hey, Ellie, how are you? I knew it wasn't the coil. I'm proud of you, Larry, really. The persistence, it's beautiful. I have to sneak it down and around here. Hopefully it'll go. Yeah. I believe you, Larry. I'm sure that you're pretty doggone thorough. That rubber thing goes on there. So you get the rubber there. the throttle. Click. Now we just need to switch the wire here, the kill wire. Perfect. I'll pull it out. It's shorting out as I moved it. Wow. Can you talk at Tom? The guy with the best tuning procedure is M. Weba. Yeah, $12 for a silly switch, huh? It's annoying. Anyway, M. Weba is the man as far as tuning a chainsaw. At least he's got the best video of it, I think. For me, I don't even really have a great. I'm not an amazing tuner, you know. I look for a good throttle response at the low end. On Huskies you start one turn out, both screws. I tend to like a little bit of a richer low end because I like the better throttle response. And at the top end, very simply, it's gotta go up to RPM, sit at whatever RPM you want it at, 4-stroke there nicely, and as soon as you stick it in wood, it should clean up. The sound should become more even and get rid of the 4-stroking. And as soon as you lift the saw out of the wood, the 4-stroking should come back. So good throttle response, good idle on the low end, and then top end performance. And that's what I tune for. But M. Weba goes through that a whole lot more thoroughly, and it's just he does a nice job of it. So not much point in me, you know. That goes in there. Just the idle, and then these two screws should be able to get them. Okay. Let's, yeah, this started fine. So what I'm going to do now is pull the line off and make sure it's appropriately short. Because right now it's too inappropriately long. Still a little bit too long. Cool. Glad it's fixed now. I can work on my own junk. Yeah, I know. It's just nice to get back to your stuff, right, Larry? All right. Let's finish this up. Again, if there's any interest in this saw, let me know. Ratty Tatty 268 will be fine for firewood. Gonna use this box here. No, that's the right email. You got it. James has been practicing. You know, I should go back and watch M. Weeba's video again because it's something that really, it's not a bad thing as a refresher, you know. Nice little refresher course. Oh, shucks, I forgot. Darn it. Dog. That big of a building. Hey, Peter. There's no, I don't think there's a good way to put these in later. So they really need to go in before you put this on solid. Whoops. Spent lots of money on Christmas. Hey, Mega. Merry Christmas. Everybody, Merry Christmas. I was actually just giving that speech last night about Christmas presents. Everybody's got their own thing, you know, how they feel about Christmas presents. I used to have friends that would get like clothing for Christmas, and it made no sense to me because they were pretty reasonably well off. Like, why would you get clothing? You need clothes. Why would you get clothes for Christmas? I can understand that, like, in a household, if you're struggling to have clothing, then, you know, you might also be struggling to have Christmas presents, period. And I don't think Christmas presents fall into the category of sacrificial giving. Right now, Christmas presents feel like a lot like an obligation for a lot of people. You got the Amweeba vid. Thanks much. Take care, Tom. Yeah, I'm fine with the spirit of love. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But then the spirit of obligation cannot interfere with that, you know? And it tends to interfere with that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think your Christmas present is just knowing that saw is fixed. You know, obligated love isn't love, you know? Right, we were all worried. We're not worried anymore. We feel much better. Really a Christmas present to all of us, Larry. So we appreciate that. A little bit of a crack on the top cover here. It's all good though. For a Ready Taddy 268, this is going to cut a lot of firewood. Yeah, Larry, it's an interesting problem. I've not heard of that issue either. Um, of course, I always end up having these funky issues too. So always nice to know that somebody else has the same kind of problem. Anyway, so there you have it. Ratty Tatty 268 with brand new ring seals, all kinds of other goodies on here. Lots of stuff replaced. New starter cord. But a chain brake that doesn't work. I want to work good. Uh-oh. Yeah, don't forget about your bolt checks. Gotta get this. Odds are somehow this piece did not go on correctly. So let's see if we can get it on correctly. It goes back and it sets. In fact, it sets just fine. Something in there doesn't quite sound right. "11:06 a.m. Christmas Day. Merry Christmas." Yeah, something's getting caught. Let me see if I replace this piece, what'll happen. One right here. Leonard is from Down Under too. Two stroke. Who else? this works. That'll work better. Is that? Oh, of course, it's what the T-handle is supposed to be used for. Don't be silly. This is ideal. What it's good for. Actually, be nice to have like an auto punch in various sizes. That would be pretty cool. Boom, 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 done. Yeah, Dr. Olson. Blame Siri. Is this what you're supposed to use this for? I don't know. Probably not. Let's see if this is holding up. Nope. It goes, but you have to really kind of wrench it. Something doesn't sound good in there. I just put this darn thing back together. He's not down tight enough. Nope. That's not it either. Heh. This is not an OEM handle. Has a T on it for Tacoma. Great. Here, I wonder if the original handle is different. Hey, Nikki. Sounds crunchy, yeah. If you grind a little, or even a ring of the chain brake spring. Oh, you mean take a little bit of spring out of the chain brake? Yeah. I don't know if that's going to help here. It's one idea. Let's play here. Let's see exactly where I'm going wrong. Ta-da! All right. I haven't even gotten to the fun part yet today. Yeah, now might actually be a $250 saw. I've not had good luck with the aftermarket chain brakes. That may not be the issue here, but who knows? Yeah, this is an OEM brake assembly. So I've done this now 1,000 times. Okay. There's the Tacoma. PA66 MD15. It says PA66 MD15 on it also. of this. Yeah, overall, I've not had good luck with aftermarket brake assemblies. It seems to feel better. More crunchy. Really would like to put some blue Loctite on there. If I could. Yeah, Larry, try it. The 394 aftermarket ones, I mean, you can use them in a pinch, but they're just not as reinforced. So what happens is, if you use it like out in the cold, it'll crack a little easier. Now I need a wrench to get my easy out here. There. Just need to put this in a little Loctite and then we'll be good. It's still in the box. Okay. Yeah, I disagree with the epoxy approach to chain brake flags. It's a piece of safety equipment, folks. You know what I mean? Oh, golly. Okay. Just a little bit of blue Loctite on here. Mega, you used the HL Supply link. I appreciate it. Thank you. What ends up happening is I get store credit from them, which is cool. Okay, that's tight enough. Okay. That is most definitely tight enough. So let's see now. This goes on here and works. Clicks forward fine, clicks back fine, clicks forward fine, clicks back fine. Yeah, that's good. Now we're off and running. That's much better. So now what I'm going to do, you know what? I could salvage the spring. I'm just not sure I want to, you know what I mean? That's it. I'm just going to throw it out. Goodbye. It's not bent. It's out of spec somehow. Something's out of spec. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Yeah, Nikki, it's not as satisfying, but you know what? I've been I've cut with semi on my 346s for a long time, and or 350s for a long time, and it surprises a lot of people. I'll tell you that. Line up against somebody and beat them, and then it's like, oh, yeah, that's semi chisel. Just to add insult to injury, you know. So maybe I'll send this out with Mason for a little testing. Still haven't gotten to the rest of the box here. Get to the rest of the box. Hopefully I get to the rest of the box. We get to clean some of this stuff up. Mason's not here. Yeah, he should be. Actually, he should have been here a while ago, to be honest. Just to hold those cannon bars, you know. I'm surprised he hasn't shown up. Woo. Old bellows junk. New bellows. Much better. I'm just going to put this in here to hold it in here, really. That way I don't lose it. It's just, you know, putting a new bellows, it's just a nice touch. You know, it's a nice touch. Helps complete the saw. But all these little things that help complete the saw get really expensive. It's ripped. And part of the idea is that this is supposed to keep dust and whatnot out, right? So if it's ripped, and not to mention stiff. Get rid of it. Right, the rest of the box. What else is in here? Oh, a decomp. That's good. We're going to need that. The Volvo is currently sitting, enjoying its semi-retired life over on the side of the house. I think I ordered 5 of these, and somehow only 4 showed up. Oh, cool. Yeah, we're going to do a little different with this one. Yes. Now, this was molded a little funky, but it'll still work. This is a high top or West Coast style flocked air filter. 272. These are basically unobtainium. You cannot get these OEM, and HL Supply basically just had these knocked off, which I think is awesome. And for the money, what an option. That's cool. All right. Yeah, it's pretty clean. Not super clean, but still pretty clean. What do you want to do with this? Maybe we want to try this on. So, if I'm doing a reasonably nice build, then you need a reasonably nice head. I'll check that out. Piston pin bearing, new OEM. Beauty. I guess they already have one clip installed. So, brand new OEM with the ring already installed. Let's put that to the side. So this is going to get no port work because it's so doggone pretty. On a brand new OEM head, no port work, but ice road. But might as well machine the case, right? Might as well optimize the squish somehow. Don't need the ring on there. Hey, John. Air cleaner, was it inlet? It was the inlet. This is actually a 2. This is the same chassis I was just working on. This is a 2. This will be a 272, effectively. So 61 to 266, 268, and 272 all go on this chassis. And the inlet diameter on the filter. Hang on. I'll get that for you. I have a 288 that we're going to essentially going to do the same thing too. That's sitting over the side there. Good. Now I need screws. 1, 2. A little bit of grease on the end of the Allen. Put the screw here. The gasket is not in, but typically I will run a gasket, which means I have to machine accordingly. Yeah, with something like this, the chrome bore is just so nice that I hate to go in and start mucking around with the port work. Yes, you can do it, but no, I'm not fitting the well. I'm just doing the squish. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing here. Really nothing exciting. Not a head slapper. Doesn't feel like it. And this does indeed have the cast-in key. I think this is going to be pretty tight here. But it's pretty tight. It's like 10,000. All right. I have an idea. If squish is that tight stock, then I don't have to do that much with it. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have to machine the case, let's try it with a gasket and see what it actually measures. Because I might try a different gasket. Or a different gasket material, rather. Yeah, I might do thinner gasket material. Alan, Nick, you need like 61K single coil. A lot of work pushing top covers. Yep. That's what Joe said too. So Alan confirming. Let's check and see how thick this gasket is. 22,000, maybe squished be 21, something like that. So probably depends on if it's a double coil or not. I'll leave the real answer to Alan there. That's nice insight, Alan. Thank you. See, that doesn't touch that. Stuff is already a little bit thinned out. Let's see. Hang on. Getting the squish now. $25 and 10. 35 thousandths. So if I took away 10 thousandths, if I used a 10 thousandths gasket as opposed to a, that would put me right at where we need to be. So I happen to have this construction paper, which is like 11 thousandths thick, which would probably work splendidly. I need to take that off first. What am I doing? Yeah, I can do a Coke can. I think that would be a really too tight. I think it'd be pretty much too tight if I did that. $35 minus 20 is 15. So, you could. I guess you could. I think you'd be calling a little close on this. here. What I'm going to do is just draw the outline. Draw the outline. Draw the internals. Your holes. There's your gasket. Hey, Shred. No, not too hot for paper. Nope. Not too hot for paper. You can use formal gasket material too, but this won't be a problem. I'm just going to coat this really, really well with anaerobic sealer. Make sure both sides are really clean. Coat it really well with anaerobic sealer. And this will be at least 24 hours before it pops. I mean, a lot more than that actually, but with anaerobic, I like to let it set, you know. Did somebody say misuse a tool? Who would say that? Nobody. There you go. Transfer case, the same scissor tool will fit. Yep. Okay. better. This was too tight. Also double check that the impulse hole is good there, you know? Now we can see if we actually have proper squish. Yeah, G is for heated handle, W is for West Coast full wrap on the big top end. Yeah. There, he's got it. Yeah, with the Husky saws, you more or less. Hey, Timmy. So, Timmy, let me get this straight. Hang on a second. I'm having trouble understanding this. You actually got a 30-inch reduced weight cannon bar for $130? I just don't believe it, buddy. I just don't believe it. A reduced weight cannon bar, because as far as I understand, they literally just got released. And I'm probably one of the first ones in the state to have one, or first ones in the state in the United States to have these. Definitive Dave just got them imported, and because Canon just started making them, they haven't been making them for that long. Four 51.4 top ends, $200 a shot. Or $200 for all four, which would be completely sick. Yes. Okay. Go back to this. Welcome, Craig. $22,000. That's pretty good, right? 22,000. So there's the setup. I guess we can like really put this thing together. Still waiting for Timmy's reply. I gotta know, buddy. It's killing me. TD, Merry Christmas. Hello, information. Hello. Welcome. Hey, Brian. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, I thought the guy gave me misinformation. $200 for all four. Okay. All right. What do you think? Should I put the hat on? I should just put it on, right? Stop messing with it. That's what I think. This is a brand new 272 top end. Brand new OEM 272 top end. No, on with the head. On with the head. Just want to make sure. Yeah, the case is pretty good. You know, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. It's not a super high end build, but it'll be nice, you know. Brake cleaner around the head here. Yeah, we're gonna make a 272 fit on that for sure. So on this, I'm going to do the anaerobic sealer. So on this, we're just gonna coat this gasket, both sides, with anaerobic sealer. Now, the thing about the anaerobic is it's nice because it doesn't set up if there's oxygen around. So if gasoline hits it, it just washes it away. My thought for this one, Loctite 518. my thought for this one is somewhere around $500. If anybody wants the other one I just made, kind of ratty tatty 268, I'll do it at basically $250 local or $300 shipped. Don't really need tons on here, you just need to make sure it's coated. A little bit of blue Loctite for the head bolts. No, you don't need the sealer, Ice Road. I sometimes do it anyway, but you don't necessarily need the sealer. Did I forget to degrease this? I probably did. No, if petrol washes it away, it will fail later if you start it too quickly. What you want to do is you want to give this 24 hours to cure. So if as soon as these two surfaces join, basically it does actually seal and set. But if two surfaces are not well approximated, then you can have an issue. There. Yeah, you can do grease on a on an OEM gasket. I've done it, especially one that you anticipate taking apart fairly often, you know. Okay. Pretty good there, I would say. So now is usually where I go in here. Just to give it a little something. Circlips. We have a clip over here. That's installed at the factory. With bar and chain? No, these never come with bar and chain. Never comes with bar and chain. Brian, I will never work on a 290 again. I'll just leave that. Happy New Year, Larry. Merry Christmas. All that stuff. Should come with the new bars. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. Okay, there's the clip. So now you've got the pin in. Put a little extra lubrication in here if you want to. I'm going to lubricate this really well through the exhaust once this goes together. The arrow is that way. The clips are both good. They're both pointed down. Bring this down to bottom, dead center. Cedar down. Head bolts. Degreaser first. Merry Christmas, Larry. Happy New Year. All that fun stuff. I think these are like 288 head bolts or something. They're the same ones. Lost one, you can be the Grinch. Yeah, sure. If you're a mean one. A vile one. Hey, Stanley. Welcome. Merry Christmas. Okay. Oh, this is good stuff, huh? Oh, we're going to do good on this today. Now, I probably could make this pop today. I'm not going to. Not going to, but you probably could. Because I want to work on a muffler for this. I want to have this. We got to open the muffler on. This we got to open the muffler on. About 22 thousandths. Although you know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put the seal in here, and then I'll put the flywheel on and we'll check it, okay? Sorry guys, hang on a second. Just check my email. My father-in-law was texting me. Yeah, I things may be a little bit different after I seed it. So what we're going to do is we're definitely going to check it again. Your training cylinder with 038. Yeah, this was pretty tight. 390 was just wondering. I don't think so. I think you just do it to a 390, and I think it'll just go. Basically, it's the same with the 455 Rancher. You can put a 460 top end on the thing, and it just bolts on. Is that Chris singing upstairs? No. Chris is not feeling good, unfortunately. No, this is going to be stock. Squish optimized stock. It's a 272. And the thing is, it's a brand new OEM head. I really don't like porting brand new OEM heads. I know a lot of guys do it, but I don't like it. It's so pretty in there, you know? Yeah, Brian, I think muffler and carb are the same. The teeth pulling business, you know, it's like pulling teeth, you know? It's really. Oh, you know what I need? I need Q-tips. I'll be right back. And then we'll tell stories. I don't know. Yeah, nobody got me a flywheel puller for Christmas, but that's okay. So put brake cleaner in here. All nice and clean. Gonna get my Coke can gasket here. If anybody hasn't seen this trick before, use a piece of Coke can right on here, and that way the seal slides over the taper much better. The taper or any lips or anything like that. It's just easier to do like that. And then what I do is I take a little bit of anaerobic. Loctite 518 anaerobic, put it on the outside of the seal. That way, that's good. Now, also take a little bit of grease here and grease the Coke can so that the seal gets greased as it goes down, essentially. Grease a little here too, so as it goes down, it gets greased. Don't need much. So you just press the seal down nice and easy. Now, the one you'd say, you know what, it's going to get cut by the Coke can. It's not. The Coke can is just not strong enough to actually cut that seal. Got any nice slabs? No. Let's use copper here. Yeah, just a piece of copper. Copper tube. And you don't want to get this cocked on the way down. Should be about plenty. And rotate your Coke can out nice and gentle. And you've got it made in the shade. Any excess you can just remove. Then if you want to get fancy, you can check depths and all that stuff. Now, silly me, I didn't check this before, but it won't really matter. As long as it's even, I make it like even within a 10,000th all the way around. That's like 3.36, so 3.3 basically. 2.90, 3.09, 3.03. Check, did I measure this wrong? 2.98, I measured wrong. 2.94. 3.06. 3.08. That's fine. That's plenty straight and everything. Plenty for 3 millimeters down. Right kind of at the edge there of the taper. Perfect. That'll be fine there. Now, that's the pretty straightforward one. While we're over on this side, I guess we can put the flywheel on too, because I'm not going to do anything fancy here. Just a touch of Loctite. Does not need much. We're not doing any timing advance or anything like that. Nothing too fancy here. I definitely want to open up the muffler though. That's the thing on these. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. Just this. Afraid I didn't quite. Stuffing up in there. Bang. Okay. That's good. Mix Mowers, how's it going? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thanks for coming in. And you want to do Portland clamshells? No, the almost squish is almost impossible. You can widen the exhaust a little bit maybe. The 350 is technically a clamshell. So if you're going to do something, that's, my opinion would be, get a saw that's a good candidate to work on rather than working on clamshells, essentially, You can adjust the intake, you can adjust the exhaust, but you may not want to do it because they're just not good candidates for porting. All right. This side is more involved. Uh, can always check and make sure that the oiler is oiling. Yep. Just put a little liquid of some kind in there, and if you see bubbles, you got it. So that's fine. Have a 5x1010 new cylinder piston. Again, you can widen the exhaust a bit, make sure the intake is even, make sure the ports are even, all that stuff. So you can certainly work on them, but they just don't make a great candidate for getting more out of. .455 Rancher is a clamshell also, yeah. All right, so I need to put a seal in here. And yeah, no problem, unfortunately, the certain things just don't make good candidates. So there's the seal. And this you can just basically tap in, but I want to... Oh, here, I can just put this down and bang it on in. Now, I tend to put these flush. Tend to drop things too. There's your seal. Spring is in there. Most important, the rubber O-ring around the outside. The rubber O-ring really technically needs to be replaced every time you do this. Yeah, you can use two-stroke oil. I use WD-40. I know I catch never-ending heck about using WD-40 as assembly lube, but really the two-stroke oil lubricates the whole thing as soon as you start it, basically. So you just need to get it over the initial start and run, and I think WD-40 fills the bill for that. At least it does for me. So I put the anaerobic sealer on there. Will a hopped 455 make good horsepower? Not a good saw to hop. Frankly, the 350s are a much better candidate to fiddle around with. They're lighter, better power to weight, and you can fiddle with those things forever, as opposed to the 455s, which kind of are what they are. Nice thing about the 455 is you've got like unlimited parts availability for them things. Just so many different, parts. They've been making parts for that thing for years. I think they still sell it, so it hasn't really changed. Your 353 is metal case, so that's a mag case, that's not technically clamshell. This side right here is just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff involved doing this side. It's got to be all done right. It's got to be all done effectively at the same time. If you're using brand new rubber, I don't think you need the 1184. If you're not using brand new rubber, you might want to consider it. This oil dip tube is just fine. If you have a 455 you've been using forever, don't screw with it. You know? Okay. We've got anaerobic around there. We got anaerobic or 1184 in the right spots here. Let it tack for just a minute. We've got the only other thing we need is Loctite, really. And really for these, red Loctite. They're small bolts, they will come out. We got all the goops. Rubber O-ring there, rubber there, Loctites, brand new bearing. Lube on the bearing. Now, again, $11.84 is just the gray stuff that I've got on there. That is not anaerobic sealer. That is regular sealer, and it tends to be pretty good for chainsaws in general. The X-ring is here. It's lubed up too with the 1184. Fresh O-ring, fresh seal. We've got the Coke can here that'll help get over the lip on the crank. There's a lip on the crank. So now what you do, get your Coke can over that lip. There, over the lip. Now you can very gently tease this down. Put your bolts in. Better be the correct bolts. Oiler bolts. Not Loctite, 3-bond. 3-bond is 1184. Same as Honda Bond, Yamaha Bond, all that stuff. It's basically the same stuff. James, how many people watching? Yeah, there's a lot of Permatex here. I don't see 1184 in the automotive store, so you have to get it off eBay. This you gently tease back out. Ta-da. Now what you can do is, if you need to, you can tap the seal just a little further that way if it's not fully over that lip. I think it's really right there, to be honest. 20 people. Hello to the Faust family. Merry Christmas. See, the seal needs to go down half a millimeter, I think. Half a millimeter. Yep. Couple of hooligans in there. Okay. Clean this out. Hey, Kenneth. What other goop should I invest in? 1184 and Loctite 518 are the main things that I use when I'm putting chainsaws together. JB Quick Weld tends to be pretty handy. And then red and blue Loctite, the usual stuff, you know. Yeah, so that the seal was flush to the back side. Now it's flush to basically this side, and that looks like it's over the lip just a hair more, and that should be right. Okay. So that's all sealed up. And Kenneth, welcome. Anybody else here that I haven't given a shout out to? Now we can check Squish again and see how we did, right? What do I use in the... Sometimes I actually use the anti-seize. And yes, Merry Christmas to James and the Faust family. Is there anybody else other than James and the Faust family that I have not given a shout out to? Right on 20. How's that? All right, well, you put a little bit of anti-seize in the decomp. Just a tiny bit of anti-seize in the decomp. Permatex anti-seize. I have a tub of it. Don't ever want to run out of it. This threads in awful nice here. Very nice. So for some people, they can't get them to stay. I don't usually have a problem getting them to stay in. So yeah, now we're really getting somewhere, huh? Very, very nice. And the bench is getting cleaner too. Yeah, some people, they have them fall out. They have a hard time getting them to stay in. Again, it's not trouble that I have, but a lot of people do have that. Let me see if I can go find some more Kleenexes, guys. Hang on a second. They're driving me nuts. Everybody downstairs can hear howling. All right. This is better. Yeah, you can plug it. You can plug it. That's your call. Gonna get the balls on here. There you go. Merry Christmas, Peter. Take care. Thanks for coming in. Don't forget, Peter. Don't feel shy to talk. Peter comes in all the time, but I don't ever hear from him. You're allowed to ask questions. It's okay. Merry Christmas. That's pretty good. Yeah, these have crush washers on them, I think. Ta-da. All right. Maybe clean off that coil. It's a little worse for wear, Hang on. Some of the stuff just won't come off. Ugh. Okay. Yuck. Christmas dinner. Take care, Kenneth. Thanks for coming in. TD, thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, thanks, TD. Appreciate it. There we go. Now we're cooking, right? Just need to find some coil bolts. All right. Oh, they're here. Look at this. 1, 2. Beauties. 1, 2, right here. Beauties. Nope. There. Now it's gapped. Need that. I'm going to have to clean this desk up because there's just too much stuff been accumulating on here. Mega's out. Take care, Mega. Well, Husky really has a knack for making unique screws. That's the thing. Like, you can screw it up, but it's kind of difficult. And once you kind of get used to it, it's like, oh, those go there, those go there, those go there on these saws. Good. Color coordination would be a real trick, you know? That'd be great if they were anodized or whatever. Yes, Lost One. I'm sure you're amazing. Yeah, again, they try to make these so that they're unique, so that if you have, if something's like, for instance, the Oilers held on by three screws instead of two. So if you only have two of something, you kind of get the idea. This is 70. This will be 72 cc. I have no idea the horsepower. But everything in the box still loose parts, yeah. So she's gapped. Gonna get a fresh wire here, and I need the shroud. That one's crackety cracked. And where it's cracked won't matter, but don't see. That's kind of a bummer. That's okay, I can fix that one. Unless I have another way over here. I think I do. Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. My lucky day. Yeah. That one's intact. This one's not. Really don't need it. Just gonna toss it. I know. Don't toss it. Don't toss it. Goodbye. Just don't need it. I was gonna like. I was going to fix it, but I'm just not gonna. Not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen. It's in the circular file with Nikki's name on it. This is shipping your bin. Oh my god. Junk, guys, junk. Do you have any idea how many pieces there are out there of those? Just it's not like something that they're not making more of. Good. Okay. Click. Again, Coke can to the rescue. Maybe. Probably. You need a shoehorn on this stuff. There. There. Clicks right there. Now you've got that all. This is all sorted. Now I just need a cover. So I forget. I think I ordered a new starter cover. I think that's on its way. So I'm gonna not worry about that for right now. Gonna have to rebuild that. Money bags, holes, and don't care. Matt, we have people in the world. Yeah. No, it's going in the bin. You do not. You don't need it, really. James, I have all kinds of goodies here you do need. All right, what else do we need to do? Fuel tank, right? Fuel tank? What do you think? Means I need to go clean up the fuel tank. Unless I already did. Did I clean up the fuel tank? I don't remember. I cleaned the other one up. I cleaned the other one up. Okay, so I need to clean this fuel tank up. Ugh. Yikes. A little worn on the bottom, but I bet this is going to clean up just fine. Alright, let me go over to the sink, get this cleaned up. We'll throw a new fuel filter in line in it. And then we should be able to get it in, I guess. Be right back. Okay, that's a whole lot better. When I make another vid, I'm going to give it a bad. I'm going to. No, Nikki, you know, you want to shoot yourself in the foot, you know, then you go right ahead and do that. Okay. So let's do, really the only thing I'm here to do is basically fuel line. Let's put some of this stuff away for the moment. These out. This can go away. Done checking squish, right guys? Good, okay. Craig's out. Craig, take care. Merry Christmas. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. New line here. Fuel line. Same deal as I've done in the past. A little bit of grease. Yeah, it's up to him. Free country. I know. Of course, Nikki's not in the United States, so whatever. But yeah, it's hard to convince me that Nikki would be spiteful about anything. Make sure that this is patent. Just suck on it a bit, and you'll make sure it's patent. Just a little bit more length here. Once it gets over the first hump, you're good. Yeah, this is the R3 steel fuel line. Remember, I'm boycotting Husky line because it's not available in bulk. I'd use the Husky OEM line. I would. But they got to give it to me in a 100-foot roll. You know, it's stupid to get it in a 8-inch piece of line for $8. Come on. Was Christmas lunch a big deal in the house? No. I mean, Christmas is a big deal, yeah, but you know, more with my parents, with the folks, type of thing. Okay. I guess that now goes in here. Take the bellows out temporarily. Now I just have to make sure all the AV mounts kind of line up and go in as they should. There we go. One, two. Chain catcher over here. You can use these plastic ones. Got a metal one too, but fresh plastic one is always nice. Paid €9 in the past for 12 inches of HT lead. Yeah, you know, it's all kind of crazy because that's just all kind of silly, you know. It's rubber line, for Pete's sake. Do this one by hand. Nice new chain catcher on there. Rubber piece here is new. 3 AV screws on this side are good. Let me just... 1, 2, okay. Over here. Three AV screws on this side. Yeah, Tygon's Tygon's nice. Well, Tygon's yellow. Tygon can work in certain instances. I'm not a big fan of Tygon. Just not convinced it holds up significantly over time, but if that's what you got, if that's what fits. Thanks, Nikki. I hope the level of finish here is good, you know. It's not new, but everything should work, you know. Should have good longevity for this stuff. But you never know. Is the coil good? I don't know. We'll find out. Gonna put a brand new carburetor on here. What I really want to do is I want to let the 518 set like overnight, and then what I'll do is I'll take and coat the whole thing internally with WD-40 just to make sure it's all really well coated before I go to try to pop it. One thing I have to do is work on the muffler mod. So let's pull the clutch cover off of this guy. Then what I can do is I can basically mock up the muffler, and then I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it a day, because I need to go spend some time with the family. Yours had rubber stringy thingies in it? Okay. I'll look and check. Thank you for the heads up. Now I need to mock up that muffler. So instead of using the OEM original muffler, I really don't like doing that because they're nice, you know. And working on something. I've got about a ½ inch of room. This way. What I need to do is get my sheet metal here and see if I can form a proper deflector. There we go. Proper deflector. That's going to be the ticket. These are Red 97 deflectors. Red 97 is a member on Arbor's site and OPE forum, so you can look it up. RED 97. And he just stamps these things out. So what I'll do is I'll go down to the folks And I will work on this with like tin snips and see if I can get this to be basically exactly what I want it to be, you know? So that's something I'll play with later. He certainly makes nice deflectors. It really, yeah, for reasonable money. These are real reasonable. So for doing something like this, this will be, this will be fun. So this is not something I'll do. Something I just gotta fiddle with. But I will show you guys later what the result is. Just drill a hole and make, any deflector you want, really. I'll make it something like that. So I gotta bend things over and fiddle, and it's no big deal. Questions, comments, anything, guys? Anything else going on? Anything you want me to address? Before I take off and go hang with the fam. I have a new clutch cover. Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. I have a new clutch cover coming. I think I've got a new starter cover coming. Be a muffler modded. A brand new carburetor here. New gaskets. This is going to be a pretty hot ticket, I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna make a nice weld. This is not gonna be a nice weld. Absolutely no question, gonna be junk. But it will it will definitely work. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great Christmas. Take care, be safe, all that fun stuff, and we will catch you guys some other time, okay? Have a great night. You guys are awesome. Appreciate everybody. Take care. Bye, Nikki. Bye, James. Fast Family. Lost One. Craig. Everybody that's watching. Take care, guys. Bye.